Hello, my name's Andrew, and this video is covering the top 5 tips I learned from Ahrefs' SEO book and how they took me from 0 to 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. Basically, back in 2017, I quit my agency copywriting job to start a freelance web design business, and like most creatives, I naively thought that I could survive on skill alone without learning any of the boring stuff. But even when I started posting content, my blogs and videos never seemed to get any views. So I developed this belief that search engines were screwing me over and only directing traffic to paid ads or clickbaity content. After a few years of frustration though, I realized I had to get serious about SEO. At which point I discovered the Ahrefs blog, and I found their articles surprisingly simple to understand. Armed with some basic tips, I posted a YouTube video about cushion versus barefoot shoes, which got like 100,000 views and took me from 0 to 1,000 subscribers in 1 month. Ever since, people have been asking me for advice on how to grow an audience online, but honestly it's hard to stuff all the things I've learned into a single comment, so I thought I'd make a video on the top 5 tips I use on a regular basis to get more views, and in general just have more fun producing content. Tip number 1 is keywords, because I start most of my projects now by typing a word or phrase into the YouTube search bar, or Ahrefs Keyword Explorer, which brings up an autocomplete list of potential topics. For example, barefoot might give me barefoot shoes, which I can then re-enter into the search bar to get more specific topics, and within a few seconds I can easily put together a list of 10 potential videos. Tip number 2 is competition, and after I have my keywords, I check the top 10 videos for each one to see how many views they have and whether they could be improved upon, which tells me if the topic is worth pursuing. And Ahrefs Keyword Explorer also has a difficulty marker, which can make things even easier. For example, when I searched zero drop in 2021, a lot of the videos were disorganized or lacking key information despite having 50,000 plus views. So I filmed a more comprehensive zero drop transition guide, which ended up getting like 450,000 views. Tip number 3 is niche, and before I start working on content, I always think about what unique advantages I have that could attract a specific audience. For example, all the zero drop transition video thumbnails on YouTube were cluttered with text. So I sketched out a simple visual with one thick shoe, one thin shoe, and me pointing downwards, which communicated to people that my video would be much more concise and easier to understand. Tip number 4 is content, and once I know who I'm trying to reach and how, I take my list of keywords and sprinkle them into the video to help the YouTube algorithm decide where it should be shown. For example, in my footwear reviews, I try to mention the phrases barefoot shoes and zero drop along with the brand and product name at least 5 times in each of my videos, so it's clear that I'm covering those topics specifically and not just mentioning them randomly. Tip number 5 is backlinking, which is a fancy term for people mentioning your site on their site and vice versa. For example, when I first started blogging on Medium, I wasn't getting very many views, but when I started doing guest posts in a high traffic publication called Better Humans, my stats skyrocketed and we both gained a lot of subscribers because of it. Overall, Ahrefs' SEO book is a great one-stop resource for anyone who wants to start learning about SEO, and honestly, if you just focus on implementing the basics, it's totally possible to grow an audience online without ever reading another book. But if you want to learn more, I put links down below to Ahrefs' blog and tools, and if you have a question about SEO or about content creation in general, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, catch you next time, peace!